everybody, welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. Today, excuse me, we're going to do another straight shave for an early Sunday morning. Sorry, I had to get my coffee. So thanks so much for joining. This video is really for Bill M. At the end, we're going to talk about flat blading and the effect that a flat blading stroke will have on the edge. Whether it be a full belly hollow, a hollow, a wedge grind, rattler, whatever the case may be, doesn't really affect it because you're not using that big of a you're not being heavy-handed with it. So we'll go over that in detail as well, and we'll go over the soap and everything that we're using as well. It's pretty much an entirely French shave. So we'll let you see if you can guess what the soap is, and the brush as well, and the razor. We're going to be using a full hollow. That much I'll tell you. We're using a full hollow Thiers-Issard Lengende. It's part of a 7-day set that I've got, and it's really nice. The soap is really good too. I don't use it that much because I put it in the back of the soap locker and I forget about it. But it's just wonderful, especially for the fall. It's just really a fun soap to use. It lasts forever. I have not gotten the EDT yet. It came out after the balm did, and I just haven't had a chance to get it. Hope everybody had a good week and enjoying their Sunday. I'm sure all the ghosts and goblins are getting ready for Halloween. Got a Zoom call on the TSC later today. We're actually going to have two. We're going to have a Zoom call next week as well, if anybody's interested, right on Halloween. Okay. So again, we're going to be using a full hollow Thiers-Issard Lengende, and it's got a beautiful leaf pattern on the top, and of course the etching and so forth. And this is a full hollow, and it sings. So this will, when we get to the flat blading part, we'll kind of go over that. And this has been stropped 30 and 60. And I know Thiers-Issard can have kind of a funky reputation sometimes, being such a mass-produced razor. They have had geometry issues. And traditionally, the factory hone is garbage. Also, there was a thread on the cadre that talked about mastering stuff. Well, here's a perfect example. So I'm nowhere near my shaving area, but I got complacent, and all I did, and you can see it right here, all I did was touch the blade. So honing is very important, but more important is not thinking that you have the the mastery of any specific thing, because just one small you know, a little bit of inattention can cause that. And like I said, that's nowhere near the shaving, but all I did was touch it. So that kind of Bill, I know we were talking about the mastery. Well, that kind of illustrates the point, doesn't it? That, you know, even with years and years of straight shaving, you can do something stupid, which I just did. And so that goes to show you that, you know, if you've got a good sharp razor, all you have to do is touch your face. And that was the stupidity of it. So, if nothing else, that was a really good illustration of that point. And in an odd way, it also tells me how my honing is. Because if I can just literally touch my skin, then I know that I honed right. So I will definitely have to check and see if that racing stripe is the highest racing stripe achieved with a straight razor. Because it's not like I was trying to shave the corner of my eyeball. You know, basically with this thing I violated my own rule. Because I have not had a straight sweeping issue or accident in a long time. So I think what happened is I got stupid. I'm sure you've noticed that the lather on this is very thin, and that for a reason, because that Thiers-Issard is extremely sharp and I want it to be as slick as possible. Plus, Pretty Provence has a tendency to be a thinner lather anyway. To check out some other member videos, and don't forget to look up here and you'll see my buddy Nurse Dave and Major Rich's channels. And of course, if you like the content of what you're seeing, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you'd like to get reminders when I publish videos, just click on the bell. But more importantly than that, don't forget to come over and visit us at the Shaving Cadre and join. And that's www.theshavingcadre.com. Okay, let's see what we did. See if we do need to do any touch-up. Maybe just a tad. So we will talk about the flat blading. And there had been a question or a concern that came up that whether flat blading would roll the edge. Well, you're not doing it that crazily. So, granted, you can roll an edge on a strop, but only if you strop wrong, and you're putting pressure on that. Where with this, you're using the lightest of pressure. I mean, I barely got this in my hands. Not to mention that the flat blading rather, is the last part of what I do to clean up. So it's very, very much at the end, because I'll do the buffing and everything first, check it again, and then see where it's at. So as I said, with the flat blading, you're not really, I mean, this is as light as it is. And granted, yes, I am starting at that angle, but even if I was going to roll the edge, when I come back this way, that would roll the edge the other way. So, it's almost like a strop. Plus, if you're putting that much pressure on, you're going to do a lot more damage to yourself than you are the razor. And then you can feel, even with your hands, if you take some water and you just run it upwards, not downwards, you can actually feel if you've rolled the edge, because it won't feel quite as smooth. And we'll do a little bit of alum, and then we'll go over what we actually used. Did you guess it yet? Yeah, really the only zap from the alum is on that spot up here where I touched the razor to the face. So another great shave, but I'm a big fan of TI. I think that they're a great razor. And we're going to be using Thayers Lavender. And while that's drying down, we'll go ahead and let you know what we did. So, I tried not to put a picture up this time to tell you what it was we shaved with. I know last time everybody was saying, yeah, David, it's right on the front picture, which I get. Okay, so for the razor, once again, a 5/8 full hollow Lavender from Thiers-Issard, part of a 7-day set that I was dumb enough to buy a few years ago. For the soap, I told you it was French inspired, and it is a French soap. I've had this soap for years, as most everybody that came from the other place knows, and that's as far as I've gotten on it. This stuff seems to last forever. And it can be bought fairly easily at most of your local places, and that's right, Prix de Provence, number 63. Now, as I said, there is an EDT to this. I do not have it yet, so we're going to be using a different one. And then I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use a balm. I don't use balms very often, but we're getting into the winter months, and it's a little bit drier, and that's really all you need. Same smell and everything else. And it emulsifies very quick on the skin and dries down pretty nice. It's got a wonderful, wonderful, just a warm, I get some vanilla and stuff like that, so it's really nice. For the powder, we'll be using Mennen Shave Talc. And the only thing we're going to do that's non-French today would be the EDT from the British Isles. And this is one of my favorites because this is one of the first EDP strengths that Penhaligon's came out with. And it's a wonderful, it's considered an Oriental, but it's just fantastic. And that's Penhaligon's Endymion Concentre. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful EDT, or EDP rather, I should say. Okay, that's it, folks. So what did we learn today? We learned that Dave's an idiot and he doesn't pay attention and can zap himself even when he's not in the shaving area. Also that the flat blading will not roll an edge. Just be very light with it. And as I said, do not do the flat blading unless you are pretty experienced. I'd say well into your straight razor career, because I didn't start doing it till I had almost 2,000 shaves. So that's what you have to look at. So anyhow, thank you for joining us here at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. I hope you have a great Sunday, and we'll see you again very, very soon, and take care.